Hi, friends. Welcome back. Today I'm going to dive into the 6 books that are coming out in May that I've been anticipating. So grab a cup of something and let's dive in. All right, 6 books are coming out this May, many at the beginning of the month, and I'm really looking forward to them. Some of them are repeat authors for me. I think all of them actually are. So let's dive in, starting with May 6th. This is the day that quite a few new books are coming out. The first book is by Frederick Bachman, and it's called My Friends. You may be familiar with this author. He wrote the series of books for Beartown. He wrote A Man Called Ovi. So a lot of people are familiar with this author, and he's got a new book coming out called My Friends. And this is the story of 4 boys. They're depicted in a painting where they're sitting at the end of a pier, and it looks like they're just enjoying a seaside holiday. But the artist knows otherwise. And so we're following the story where the author from 25 years earlier depicted these 4 boys and how they were basically escaping some pretty yucky home lives, and they were kind of creating a bond amongst themselves. So I'm intrigued by this one. This author always tends to give us some really hard-hitting, deep novels, so I'll be interested to see how this one plays out. The next book that I'm interested in is by Carly Fortune. This is an author that usually for the last, I want to say 4 summers, has released a book in early summer that is kind of a beach read. Though she does give us characters that are not surface level, there is underlying themes to the story, and all of her characters are usually navigating something a little bit deeper. And this one is going to be no different. It looks like we're following the story of Alex and Charlie, and they are at the lake, and Alice's grandmother used to tell her that only good things happen at the lake. And she spent one summer there at the cottage with her grandmother when she was 17, where she took a photo of a few grinning teenagers in a speedboat, and that particular image changed her life. We fast forward, and she is a photographer, and one of the boys in that photo, I believe, was in the original photo, and they're reconnecting. The next book that comes out May 6th is a thriller. It's called Parents Weekend. It's by Alex Finlay. And in this one, we are following 5 families who have gone to the college town that their children are attending. They're excited about this first year of college, and so the families have planned this night of dinner and cocktails, kind of like opening festivities for the parents' weekend. And so everyone thinks that their kids are just being irresponsible and don't show up for this dinner/party, and they've kind of skipped out on it. But as the hours go by, then they discover that these students are missing, and what transpires during Parents Weekend to look for them. It's my understanding that we have sort of dueling timelines, past and present, and we're getting it from multiple points of view. So that's usually a good time for me. I really like dueling timelines. I also really enjoy multiple point of views, particularly in thriller novels. The next book that comes out May 6th is a Frida McFadden book. I feel like she writes books incredibly fast. It's like we get 2 or 3 a year from her. These are usually quick little thrillers. I know some people aren't a fan of her. I find them to be sort of like a palate cleanser. Like I said, they're not very long when it comes to thrillers, and we usually get through them pretty quickly. There's nothing too terribly deep about them. They are usually pretty superficial. Sometimes you can kind of see what's going to happen, and sometimes not. Every once in a while she'll get you with a good plot twist. And this one's no different. It's called The Tenant. So obviously we're looking at a rental scenario. In this one, we're looking at Blake, who is abruptly fired from a really good job, and she can't make the mortgage payments on her new home that she shares with her fiance. So Blake is a guy. And then enter Whitney. She's looking for a room to rent, and she's exactly what he's looking for. But turns out something's not quite right. The neighbors start treating him differently. There's this smell that's permeating from his home. There's strange noises happening. And so we can only imagine what is going on. Starting on May 13th, we have a book coming out called Main Characters. This one really intrigues me. They kind of had me hooked at the idea that this is the Parent Trap for adults. So my sister and I loved the original Parent Trap with Haley Mills. So I'm really looking forward to this book. This is the story of two half-sisters who don't even know the other one exists until, of course, their father dies unexpectedly, and they arrive at their father's cabin in Maine for the first time and discover each other. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope it doesn't disappoint. The next book that I'm looking forward to comes out May 20th. This one is called The Love Haters, and this is by Catherine Center. This is another author that usually gives us a great contemporary romance fiction novel every late spring, early summer. Again, characters that have some depth. We're not playing surface level. This one, we're following the story of Katie, and Katie is a video producer, and she has two choices. She's kind of at this crossroads where she can just wait to get laid off from her job, or she can take her coworkers' request and do this, what he calls this career making gig, doing this profile on this guy Hutch, who is a Coast Guard rescue swimmer in Key West. The catch is Cole and Hutch are brothers, and the other catch is Katie can't swim, but she pretends that she can. And so I can only imagine the shenanigans that are going to ensue in this novel. There's apparently swim lessons, helicopters, Congo lines, drinking contests. Sounds like a good time, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that's everything. Those are the 6 books that are coming out in May that I'm really anticipating, and I can't wait to get my hands on. I would love to know, one, do any of them intrigue you? Are you racing out to the bookstore in May to get any of these? Or did I miss something? Is there something that's coming out in May that I overlooked that you are eagerly anticipating? I'd love to know what it is. Until next time, friends, happy knitting, happy reading, and I'll see you next week.
Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin.